So first and foremost, to share what companies can venture into in terms of renewable energy and what benefits can be gained from the Green Energy Option Program or JOP, I have the honor to introduce the head of industry research and advocacy of the First Gen Corporation. Please welcome Miss Gian Carla Canales Gutierrez. Mga kalikasang araw po, Miss Gian, kamusta po kayo?
Good afternoon po, Sir David. Thank you for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to Green Convergence for inviting us to your 430th. Wow, ang dami. Ang dami and very timely this webinar today where we will be talking about all our options in view of supporting renewable energy utilization. Let me share my screen to talk about the topic we've been invited for today. Is it visible? Kindly give a thumbs up if you can see my screen now. Thank you. So for today, I've been asked to share about the Green Energy Option Program or the GEOP. It's actually one of my favorite programs under the Renewable Portfolio Standards and the Renewable Energy Act systems that have been implemented by the DOE. And as I've said, it's very timely. And now that I think about it, the last time I gave a webinar about this, it was also during a crisis, pandemic pa. So it's kind of, I don't know, deja vu feeling. We're in another crisis, and we are talking about again the Green Energy Option Program and how it could be helpful for us during these crisis periods. For a brief introduction, let me just share a bit about who I'm working with in our company. I'm part of First Gen Corporation. We have a portfolio of over 3,000 megawatts comprised with natural gas, geothermal, hydro, wind, and solar all over the Philippines from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And with this, we think we see a future that is a decarbonized and regenerative future because we look for partners that will support us in our push for more clean and renewable energy technologies. And now to go right into the topic that I've been asked to share about, the main question is, what is this GEOP? What is this Green Energy Option Program? For us to understand what it is helpful for us to look at the other choice programs that we have. And having this choice is even more crucial to us now in a crisis when you feel like you don't have any other options. But in fact, there are. So ARCOA talks about individual consumers making a choice of entering into a retail contract with a supplier. But at the ARCOA level, it usually involves bigger entities. So bigger factories, bigger commercial establishments, or if there's a household that's already this big, that's also possible. So these consumers have bills of around 400,000 plus. But because it's still quite high, there is also a program that will allow smaller end users to participate in retail competition if they group their demand together. And that is the second one in the second box. It's the retail aggregation program. So if, for instance, if there are chains of restaurants that could be grouped together, and if their total demand would reach at least 100 kilowatts or higher, then they could participate as an aggregated group and under the retail aggregation program. So there are two. But there is a third customer choice program, a third program that not only gives you the power of choice, but it also gives you the power to support renewable energy development. And that is our main agenda for today, which is the Green Energy Option Program. The Green Energy Option Program, it started in 2022. It also started at the 100 kilowatt level back then. So that was what I was saying kanina when we were talking about this the last time. We were still in the middle of the big pandemic, also a crisis period. And it was also very helpful. And now here we are again talking about it. And thankfully, there is a significant development for GEOP that will allow more consumers to participate. So as of
January this year, the DOE came out with a circular that lowered the participation threshold further for Green Energy Option Program for GEOP. So from 100 kilowatts before, it is now down to 50 kilowatts and up. And this has been effective since the effectivity of that circular in February 2026. So a 50 kilowatt and up customer is someone who has a bill of around 180,000 and higher. So it's still quite big. It's a smaller but still quite a big consumer if you would think about it in terms of maybe residentials or MSMEs. But the good thing is, the GEOP also introduced a retail aggregation program under it. So now under the GEOP, end users can also group together and they only have to reach 50 kilowatts to participate in the GEOP. The particular thing is that under the GEOP, the supply has to be 100% renewable energy only. So it cannot be from the WESM, it cannot be from any other type of fuel. It has to be 100% RE. And that is how you support also the development and investment on the generation side for more renewable energy supply. But then usually for a customer, the question is how do these programs actually work? Does it change the way power gets to me, or do I have to disconnect the lines that I have with my current distribution utility? The answer is no. So if you are currently a captive customer, meaning you have not exercised your power to choose yet, you are basically interfacing only with your distribution utility. For us here in the Metro Manila area, it's Meralco. For different areas, it could be an electric cooperative or a different distribution utility. But basically, they are the ones who deal with the rest of the players in the power industry, with the transmission sector and the generation sector. Under this captive scenario, the end consumer doesn't really have a choice as to the source of the power that they would have. So it's up to your distribution utility to choose the mix that will get delivered to you. With the retail structure, the difference is the consumer gets to choose the supplier, but the way the power gets delivered remains the same. The lines remain the same. You will still be connected to the metering and the lines of the distribution utility. The supply would still course through the transmission lines. But because of these contracts that you would have under the retail sector, you would be able to have a direct choice as to the kind of supply that would be reflected in your power bill. Now, what are the benefits? So why would you even consider choosing these programs? Particularly, why would you even consider GEOP? For one, GEOP kind of gives end users an early access into the retail market. Remember, I said earlier under ARCOA and under RAP, the threshold right now, it's at 500 kilowatts up. By June, it will be 100. And for most, that's still too high and it's still prohibitive for participation. It doesn't really reach the household level yet. But with GEOP having a much lower threshold, it gives end consumers a better chance, an easier chance to participate, and a better chance also to aggregate because you only have to aggregate to a smaller amount versus 100 kilowatts. Now you just have to aggregate to 50 kilowatts and you can already make your choice. Also, one other benefit of joining the retail choice programs, particularly GEOP, is you could have a supply and a service that is catered to your particular needs. Because if you are captive, you cannot really dictate how you will be billed, the cost structure of your billing, any other additional services that you would have if you want to bundle it, for instance, with smart metering or solar panels, so on. That is not an option in the captive scenario. But Under the GEOP scenario, you could talk to your retail electricity supplier and they could essentially customize the service to fit the needs of different industries, different consumers, and possibly different households. And because this program is only for 100% renewable supply, the additional benefit is you are supporting the push, the national push of the government to have 30% renewable energy, 35% renewable energy by 2030 and 50% by 2040. You're contributing to our national aspirations for our clean energy transition. And for this, a new development in the latest circular is that GEO participants could have actual renewable energy certificates to show proof that they have actually supported the renewable energy programs. Previously, renewable energy certificates were only given directly to the distribution utility but not to the end user. But after the DOE's new circular, voluntary RE certificates can now be given to end users that choose the Green Energy Option Program. And lastly, I think the one that most are waiting for, participating in this program has historically shown cost savings for participants. And we will show that through actual data that can show how much lower the generation charge is under a Green Energy Option Program compared to if you would be staying with your distribution utility. So in this chart, I'm showing you two lines. The green line are the GEOP rates. These are the rates being charged, average rates being charged by green energy option suppliers. This data is easily verifiable. It can be downloaded from the Buyer Electricity website of ERC. They come out with this data monthly or quarterly, and you can see and monitor how the prices are evolving. And for 2025, you can see that renewable energy rates for the retail market, particularly GEOP rates, have stayed low and flat, moving around the 6 peso mark, 6 pesos per kilowatt hour. Excuse me. Contrast that with a distribution utilities generation charge. For this particular one, just because of data availability, this came from the published generation charge in the Meralco website, the monthly generation charge. And you see it moving from around 7 pesos, reaching around 8 pesos on some months, so playing around that range. And you will see that there is a consistent premium of the distribution generation charge versus the GEOP rate. And that means there is also an effective savings for anyone who has participated in this program last year. And just by an estimate, this amounts to around 23% lower in terms of the power bill. Or if just a rough estimate, if you're a 50 kilowatt consumer, that translates to around 25,000 pesos lower for a power bill. And while this talks about 2025, I remember clearly another recent crisis that we experienced when the Russia-Ukraine war started. I think that was also around 2022, 2023. That was the time when coal prices spiked to as high as $400 per metric ton. End users who were already in GEOP at that time were shielded by that price movement also, because renewable energy rates are not linked to international fluctuations of commodities like oil or coal. So that is a clear benefit that you could have if you would try to participate in the Green Energy Option Program, and you could try to explore all the price offerings of competing retail electricity suppliers for you to choose from. You would know that you are eligible to participate in this program by checking your power bill. The distribution utilities are required by the ERC to declare in a portion of the bill of your eligibility of any of the retail choice programs. So it usually can be found if you're a Meralco consumer on the lower right hand side. But if it's not yet there, and if you still believe based on your historical consumption that you are eligible, you could write to your distribution utility and check. Because eligibility is simply looking at your average or 12-month average consumption. As long as it's at or above the 50 kilowatt threshold, then you could already participate. Now, if you're also a new consumer, for instance, if you're building a new facility or a new store and you don't have a historical record yet of what your consumption is, if you have a forecast of your consumption and you expect it to be above 50 kilowatts, then you could also be eligible. And you just need to notify your distribution utility that you wish to participate in this program. So they could prepare the necessary connections and meters for you to do so. And you could already start reaching out to any of the retail electricity suppliers that offer the Green Energy Option Program. So you would be able to choose from retail suppliers that could offer solar, wind, biomass, hydro, geothermal. So the whole spectrum of renewable energy supply is at your fingertips under the Green Energy Option Program. But one of the usual questions that we get is RE reliable? What if the sun is not shining? What if the wind is not blowing? Will it be able to sustain my business reliably? The answer is yes. There are technologies that could be intermittent and seasonal, like solar and wind. But what we underappreciate and we sometimes forget is that the Philippines is actually blessed with an abundance of geothermal and hydro. And these two renewable energy resources are unique in that, one, of course, they're indigenous, they're completely ours. Two, they provide steady, reliable electricity 24/7. So geothermal can be a base load provider. It runs 24 hours. It can compete with other base load providers like coal and gas. Hydropower can also do that with an added bonus of being flexible, so it can ramp up and down to go with the rise and fall of demand. So it just depends on your need, on your power consumption, on what type of supply you would require, or a combination of it. So your supply could be a mix of geothermal and hydro, geothermal and solar, geothermal and wind, and so on. It could be a mix of that. And the beauty of that is it's up to you. It's up to you to choose what would be best for your own consumption. And there have in our experience, there have been many companies that have enjoyed these programs that we continue to be working with and are our partners towards a decarbonized and regenerative future. Some of them are on this slide. And so if you are interested to learn about it further, I would be happy to introduce you to our customer progress partners so they could take you through all the details that you would want to be explained in terms of making your own power of choice for renewable energy. And that is my last slide. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Kian. Very quick clarification po. If that figure of 50 kilowatt per hour is the usage per month?
Yes, it's the demand. It's the
Okay.
average demand. Well, actually, it's on a per interval. Usually, you measure demand on every hour of consumption, but it's the average demand for a month.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Gian. So, ayun pala ang benefits ng Green Energy Option Program, no? You get to have early access to electricity choice programs such as the ARCOA and RAP, and further into GEOP. Then you get to have a customized service, and you also support the national push to an aspiration of shifting to 100% renewable energy. And kita naman sa data earlier that GEOP customers really get to save on energy. So, not only do you get to save your pockets, you also get to save, well, basically the planet. Very interesting also that your eligibility is hidden in your last electricity bill. So I'm sure everyone will be reading theirs later on. So again, thank you again for talking about the GEOP with us and the importance to our country's energy strategies, Miss Gian Canales Gutierrez. For those with questions, let us reserve those po muna for later's open forum.